That's how you gotta feel. Now look, how to be free. What is free, man? What is freedom? Right? What is free? Sorry, but I'm not one of those YouTubers that have like whiteboards. I will pull up things and read every now and then. You know, later on, maybe I survive this future in this world and make it to tomorrow and see the day after that. You'll catch me reading from certain articles to you guys. I sing mainly, so a lot of my stuff when I really crank up, I'm doing my rehearsals because I want to keep myself fresh and keep myself, fine tune, fine tune, fine tune, fine tuned it up. You got to keep yourself somewhat fine tuned. I've been like trying to keep my voice healthy and flowing. So, I know it's an instrument, a godly instrument. Look, listen. So, yeah, I know I make jewelry, right? Like, it's weird jewelry, but I make jewelry, like, hold on, wait. I'm pretty sure number 10,000, when I hit number 10,000, is going to get this in their mailbox. It's probably going to have, like, something around it, though, some sort of green. I'm in it, and I just realized it'll show me, like, I can see where my number 10th subscriber is. I'm just going to have to, anyway, it's going to be somewhere between 10,000 and 100, between 10,000 and 100, my 10,000 and my 10,000, somewhere between my 10K and 100th subscriber, this is getting mailed out, because that's how I'm gonna have to gauge it. I'm gonna have to be like, yo, this person was 110, or this is gonna be like, after I see that number, I'm gonna go back and look at it and be like, okay, contact that person and send them this, and it'll have all sorts of good energy off in this mug. Like, I just wrapped this morning. Like, I literally like woke up and was like, I feel like very creative, and I wrapped it. It's like rose milky quartz. Technically, you see, it's natural. It's real earth. It's nothing synthetic about this stone, nothing at all. So it's got some good energy on it too. So, and yeah, you can bid for it right now if you really want to. Just shoot me something to my cash out. Shoot me some bid starts at 50. Just rocking with y'all. Look, listen. How do you become free in the simulation? In this, because it's really not a simulation. I keep trying to tell somebody, it's like life, nigga. It's fucking life. It's reality. It's real. Like, you have the levels. Like, some things, like, okay, corporeal and non-corporeal. It's just telling you the levels of existence. You have things that are physical and things that are non-physical. You have things that transcend from non-physical to physical, like the realms in between. Period. Like, this is the only way you could create. Like, they created heaven and created hell, but it was only through the means of coming into a form of existence, going out through a form of death, and being reborn. So, how I'm saying you are in the first one to go through that cycle is God. There was no one before or ahead, because he was the first to die, basically, and the first to be reborn into the cycle of creation. That means a cataclysmic type of event took place for God to exist, for the universe itself to come into creation. It was whatever that's too big for us to comprehend. We can make up whatever stories we want, but if you really want to know how to be free in this system, you gotta let it all go. And remember, you can't take none of this with you, but what you can take is an experience and memories, and your soul. It's gonna go with you, because that's you. Your soul is you. That's what's really going. This body, you don't even take this with you. You leave it behind in a box, or either somewhere laying on earth. God forbid it's just laying out in the sun, stinking and decomposing in its own time. That's just terrible as fuck. It's just like, I watched a movie one time, and dude was like, I watched my body get drug off by wolves. That's a fucked up way to go. You just So imagine getting in a gunfight back in the, Western days, and no pallbearer comes to get you. Instead, the wolves just drag you the fuck away. Or coyotes come get you. Yeah, I'm country in this lifetime. Very, very, like, country with my lingual, or my linguistics. intelligence heightened. Like some of the teachers, as far as they can remember, we were programmed like this. Some of the teachers, as far as they remember, we have always been like this. That's how you gauge how old the teacher is, how old the soul is. Each soul exists at the same time no matter what, but the experience is different. The want and need for creation and existence is different, each one. Now, to break that down would start getting into things that people would classify as actual aliens, to be honest with you. You are either demons or some shit. People would start being like, oh, he's talking about demons or angels. Or no, I'm talking about levels of existence still. I have not left the subject. I just haven't blatantly told you that the planets are a field of existence that, like, just imagine between, all right, it's a scale where Jupiter itself would represent a person or represent a heavenly body of such large scale. So is the sun, and they touch like we touch, but it's in a scale that we can't see because we live on Earth. So you're not going to see it as Jupiter sees it, and you're not going to see it as Earth sees it, but you can see it as imagination, which is another realm of creation, because imagination leads to creation. It's like it was a thought of something that you imagined was real, and it became real. It's a reality of it. Like the thought was the original statement. The image of what you wanted, the urge for what you wanted was the original statement. It was the original sound. It was the original spark. It was the original thought. It was the original reality. It was the original way things were. It's like saying, if you, like, in a way, how people say I had a dream. I went to sleep and I had a dream and it was like this, and you were there and you were there and you were there. That dream is a fabrication of a reality that you feel, and it's a thought inside of you or something that you experience that your mind has took and warped it into a dream phase, but it's still where this reality is the original part of that, the original point. I'm still getting to the point. You gotta watch this whole video to get to how to get free or how to be free. Because it ain't your money, it ain't your finances. It's really got nothing to do with anything that's corporeal within this system on how you retain your freedom as a soul. And I'm just here to remind you of who you are, that you technically are already free. Like, it's all inside of you. Like, you need to meditate a lot, because it took me a lot of meditation, a lot of growing pains to get to the point to where I was like, yo, I really am already free. Like, I just don't see it like that. Like, free is an acceptance of the cycle of life, be it good or bad at any given time. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, no matter the scenario, a bird cannot necessarily change its mind, with what its life is doing. And it's just not gonna go that way. Like the same things that we do, the same way we react to things or we deal with life, a lion, a tiger, a bear, a fox, any of these animals in the kingdom, even the chimp, the primates and the chimps that they say we drive from, none of them will have this same experience and opportunity. Like only we can imagine one form. You ever seen Madagascar? The animals of Madagascar or whatever? Like, look at the shit we do. We make CGI. We bring things to life. If we paint it, we create it. We paint it, we draw it. Next thing you know, we scale it out. It's alive. This shit's fucking alive. Like, and you're like, whoa. And we're sitting here like, I be like not really wanting to tell people the truth because it's scary. This shit's terrifying. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't want to tell you the truth. I don't want to really tell you how to be free. Because telling you how to be free goes against the whole system that's right now in front of you. It literally goes against it. It goes against everything you've been taught. Telling you how to be free just is physically, what's the, not physically, but it goes against physics. You feel me? It outweighs physics, telling you how to be free. I'm not saying that there are degrees and they're freaking mathematical logic. No, the whole point of somebody just being born free, but you trapped yourself into a made up system and now you just agree to play the game. That type shit, like you're already free, like you're already unrestricted. There's no restrictions on you. Like somewhere, one of us took it upon ourselves in our past lives to cut the restrictions off of man. If there were restrictions, somebody cut them. I'm just saying, like, bro, if we pay attention, even I get scared at this one fact. Now, scientifically, technically, we don't know where we are, but we know where we are in time. We know how to scale that shit as people. We're at least that advanced. Sadly, that doesn't make us a type 1 or type 2 civilization, or even a point something close to a type 1 civilization. We close, but that ain't the reason. All right, so now look, check me out. Let me put you in on game. Let me put you all the way in on game real quick. You know what I'm saying? So the reason why I say it goes against everything, and you should manifest your freedom. You should manifest the truth. Like, the manifestation is like, yo, if you really want to know the truth, shut the fuck up and listen to the universe. Just listen to it. Like, it might seem stupid, but go outside and observe shit. Do what you was originally programmed to do. Observe. Observe. Go outside and look at shit. Just look at it. Look at an anthill for real. Like, it's people that do this. Go outside and just look at the grass. Look, get a really good close look. I want you to see the hair follicles on the grass blades. You know what I'm saying? Like, truly look at this grass. Truly look at the pay attention to the detail of real life like you would pay attention to it is a video game. Take time to do that. Take time to do that. And if any of you could stay up for 7 days, you him. You God. It's no question about it. Like, but nobody down here can do that. And it still doesn't stop you from being him. It just means it's hard as fuck to stay up for 7 days straight. It's really just hard. You're going to need like drugs and some other shit and a prayer, because you might die on the 7th day. We just not rigged to stay up for 7 days. Like, I've been running it in my head. I even tried it one time. I was like, yo, I tried this. Like, I was watching some shit and it was like, yo, stay up for 7 days. And I was like, I actually tried that. It's not possible. Like, you get to day 5, really, the technical human body has... You have only 4 days of where you can actually stay up. There is no staying up 5 days straight as a human. Like, if you do, you're special. If you can get this day 6, comment day 6 on day 6 and have validated proof in the fucking description. Just share your link, and because people can click links in mine and actually go to other people's stuff. But if you can make it to 6 days of being woke, literally just woke for 6 days, then comment that shit later on in this. I'm gonna be looking back. We're gonna all on my next live comment day 6, bro. Like, and I'm gonna know what you're talking about. Cause it's impossible. Scratch. It's not impossible, it's improbable. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Right now, it would serve as a part of aesthetic training. And yes, I just rolled me a cigarette. It would serve as a part of aesthetic training. And no more than that. While there are monks that have successfully stayed up for 7 days under the whole prospect of aesthetic training, regular humans aren't going to do it. But yeah, which brings me to the next segment of how to be free. It's a mental thing. It's literally a mental thing. They're telling you everything. Like, the universe, that's why I say if you quiet down and you listen to the universe, you have to actually create your silence. You have to allow the universe to help you with it. Because I know if you're walking or you're doing everyday life, you pay attention to the sounds of cars going by, or you paying attention to birds chirping and little funny noises coming out of nowhere, people jogging in the park. It makes it hard to actually meditate. Even sitting in your house, depending on where you live, you might hear everything. You might hear the walls creaking and all that shit. But the thing is to make it to a point where you transcend all that, when you transcend your whole physical awareness into the spiritual awareness. You're going to hear even more sounds into that level once you break through. You might even hear the vibration of the sun, which is very, very, very eerie. You might even hear the vibration of the earth, like the whole sound. It's a serenade of frequencies all around us, period. It's like an amazing song until it goes. Like, and if you look up there in the sky, people be like, why are you looking up in the sky? It's not defined. I don't look up for God. I don't look up for none of that shit. I look up to see what the fuck is up there. Stars. What is possibly up there? What can we go from? It's things that come from up there. So I know motherfuckers can go up there. Cause nothing's not gonna just be able to come down if can't shit go up. It just don't work like that. Sooner or later something can go up. Now, we've never thought about this. Most people don't think about going through it, because they look at it as like going through time and space, but it's really like going through the reality of it all. When you chop through it, you step through reality. And that's like, it's ways to step through this reality without going into an alternate reality. But you actually have to be focused on what you need to do. And most of us are not trained or geared to go. The ones that are, it's genetically, that's just our genetic code. That genetic code is like a turtle or like a whale. Like when it's time to go home, you know where the fuck you going. Like you die and then you go back to your original status. You go back to the source, the creation, the city of creation, the city where everything is just immortal, the immortal city of creation. It's just not going nowhere. Why? Because it is the universe itself. It constantly destroys and builds itself. It doesn't make any sense, but it's like a freaking cartoon or like a Sun Tzu's poem or like, you know, when the 5%ers say build and destroy. In order to goddamn build great things, you must destroy all the negative things. It's somewhat like that. The universe works like that. Everything's always coming to and out of existence. This is a blink of an eye, but it's more like a long blink. You feel me? Uh, you just pay attention. I want you to look at it like this. There's solar systems out there. Like we see them one day, the next day we don't. Right? Think about our solar system like that. You can see it today, the next day it just ain't here. That's that type of level. That's the simulation. But that doesn't mean it's over because in freedom, you step outside of the construct of this space continuum and this universe. You realize that the universe itself is composed of cities and it is literally states. And the planets themselves are the energies and the bodies that we represent. Now, I can't tell you too much more about that one, but I do know to be free, you have to let go of some things that you've been taught in the past and keep some of it. You can't let go of all of it, but you got to keep the important parts. The fucked up part is the important parts. You actually got to read it and know how to, you know, accept it, know how to take it all in, know how to actually breathe this stuff in. You got to know how to absorb the knowledge. That's what the teachers are for, to be able to explain it. Like me myself, I might be a teacher, but I don't consider myself a teacher. I'm Josie. I'm the king of soul, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't consider myself to be a teacher. I consider myself to be a singer. Some people say I'm a teacher, but I just say I'm me. I'm him in this lifetime. Maybe the next lifetime, I choose to be a teacher, valiant, and show people some good ways and guide souls back to where they need to go and not let them go to wherever the fuck these white folks done told you was going that you ain't going. Prosperous heaven or some redundant fucking hell. It's just not gonna happen, man. It's just, I'm sorry. I know you want me to say, yeah, this, that, and the third, and heaven, and Christ, and all that is waiting for you by pearly gates, but this not that. It's just, I ain't gonna lie, look, I want some shit like that to be real. I want to go in pearly gates, and in my mind, when I'm trying to imagine it, my higher self will be like, you wish it was that simple, don't you? And I'm like, yeah, I do. I wish it was that simple. I wish it was. But then my higher self will show me even more shit. And like I said to a friend, I think and come across things that I can't possibly find. Nobody tells me this stuff. Like there's not a person standing over me. It's all like whenever it's coming to a realization, it's myself. It's saying, look what you found. Look who you are. Look what you are. Look why you're here. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget your purpose. My mind will literally think like that. It'll think like when I start to grasp the concept of the creator and God, it tells me like I am you and you are me. We are one. You are living the experience of me. We are the same. We are one entity. Make me proud. That type of thing. So in reference, when I give thanks to the universe and thanks to the creator, the one soul creation of what whence all things came, the one thought, you know, anything that you want to say, or any one person, entity, body, presence, heavenly body, both corporeal and non-corporeal, you would say came from this source. Look, it's higher beings or aliens and freaking demons, Anunnakis, whatever. It's beings that people think are demons and shit like that serve the exact same creator. Even the Anunnaki mentioned the creator of all. Freaking the Agigi and different entities, the elven people, which actually existed, they consorted with the creator of all. Which some people would be like, yo, when they start trying to smack shit together, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, so the Anunnaki were elves. They weren't. Look, you know how we start getting into the whole thing of like different dimensions? Like elven people come from a different dimension. They come from another type of multiversal dimension. Like it's a spread that was before and has the same type of layout. I don't want to get into it. It has a before and an after that conjoins at the roads of spirit, which means it's all one place. It's all one city, one great one great universe to represent one great capital of the source of creation. In the middle of that shit is where the grand city at. Breakdown. These black holes that people think they go into and all of that stuff and the voids and all, it cloaks things. It cloaks a lot of things. And even our solar system sits on the edge of a freaking black hole. Like the Milky Way galaxy is freaking holding Earth, the solar system, the sun solar system, or the sun. That's what we call it now. The sun system. That's what this is. The child, the sun system. It's a child within the Milky Way galaxy. The sun system. And its family is sitting at a like an event horizon type of position. That's why, like, if we peer into it, we can see the center of the Milky Way, but we won't be able to see it like how we peer out and we look at Centauri and where that's what Centauri. I think some of these ones, I know for a fact, some of them are in our galaxy, but the rest of them, like when you go off, peer off into the Andromeda galaxy, peer off into like the constellation where Orion at, because it's a lot of these things that aren't in our galaxy. These shits is light years away. It's left the Milky Way. I mean, just think about it like that, like this. Okay, the satellites that we put up, like, and so when we think AU, celestial scales and astronomical units, so that's what we're calling it now. But when we think the scale, the astronomical scale of how far things are apart, just to think, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 haven't even left the galaxy. And he'd probably be hundreds of years before either one of them ever, hundreds of thousands of years, maybe even a billion, before we'd have to calculate this. Like in the light year time, it'd be like 500, it'd be like 300,000 light years before this thing is able to get the freak out of the Milky Way solar system. Like, I'm being for real. Like, it's still within, it ain't even really left the galaxy. Like, it has not left the solar system. Like, it just passed within the Oort cloud. That's what they keep saying. So, and me, I do this thing called remote viewing, but I remote view on a scale of the universe. So I try to see, or I see most things within the universe. I've actually met entities doing this, but we're not even going to get into that. And some of that is how I know about being free. You're going to hear people talking about running alongside asteroids. This is them in their heavenly spiritual body. Like, at this moment, this person is not realizing that they too are an asteroid. It's literally the life that they're living, and they're a seed of life. But what the appearance that they're seeing, the appearance that you would see is a sentient body. You would see something like this, like running through the stars. Like, you got to imagine like people like animations like Colossus and different things like that, where they got this massive person and their body is imbued in stars, and when they move, it's like galaxies just moving across the freaking universe. Basically like that. Basically on that scale. Your imagination is not that far off. This is literally that. It's literally that. You are a soul, you are energy, and that shit. So this is some stuff we allow ourselves to be in, like the money and everything. Like, we don't have to participate in a lot of this fully, like democracy. We don't have to take, we don't have to keep falling for the same tricks. Like, all of that is up to us. Like, and it's like most of these people, they'll get scared and they'll fear that people are trying to take their wealth or take their riches away, and they'll fight. Like, you got to understand, it's rich people in control of the world, but they'll blow this bitch up before they let you take their money. Like, I'm just being real with you. They'll go to war over everything with everybody before they let you take their wealth, or what they feel like is their wealth. And I just really want them to know that. I mean, I'm pretty sure they know this by now, unless they forgot. If you forgot, I'm here to tell you, man, look, stop that. You're wealthy already. Can't nobody take anything from you because you already got everything. I don't know why you're trying to hoard all the physical money. Should let people be free. The fuck? I promise you, free people ain't bad. Free people gonna do the same shit people do now, except they're gonna have more of an option to just not do the dumb stuff, because they realize they're actually free to do some of the most beautiful things in life. Be creative. I really just told you how to be free. If you didn't pay attention to it, that shit's on you. And the next person, don't ask me what I'm looking at. I'm looking at myself sometimes. So when you see me looking like, and it looks like I'm looking over here, it's because of the angle of the camera. I really don't want to explain myself. You guys should know this. I know everybody doesn't know the rule of thirds and all that good stuff. But either way, the angle that I'm looking at this camera